Hello, my name is Tim Manzke, and I'm going to go through a math exercise. This particular exercise is going to make a prediction using linear equations. The problem reads the number of condos sold in Milwaukee increased from 17 in December 2010 to 23 in April of 2011. Predict the number of condos sold in Milwaukee in July 2011. Okay. Given the information here, the first thing we want to do is find the slope. I like to use the equation y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. I need to know my two coordinates. If you're going to use a starting point for this equation, the first coordinate, we're going to use x1, y1. For this equation here, what I'm going to do is going to say, okay, we're going to translate this for 17 in the December 2010. My x2, y2, we're going to make that 23 in April 2011. So why don't we do this? Let's make a starting point for the first one. We're going to use our timeline as 0 because we're going to say let x1, I'll just say this, we'll say let our x1 value be 0, comma 17. That's going to be our starting point for our linear equation. Now, you have the following months. You got January, February, March, and then April. So that's 4 months later is our time frame, and we're up to 23. Okay, so we'll use that information to help us write the slope. So if I find the slope, you're going to say, okay, use my values 23 minus 17 divided by 4 minus 0. And if I simplify that, 23 minus 7 is going to be 6. 4 minus 0 is going to be 4. And from there, I can reduce this fraction to 3 halves. They share a common factor of 4. With the slope being the 3 halves and my first coordinate 0, 17, which is also my y-intercept, I'm going to use the equation in slope y equals mx plus b. I know my slope, I know my y-intercept. So the equation will now be just rewrite it again. The slope is the m value, which should be 3 halves. Slope is the number that's going to go in front of the x. The b value is going to be 17. Now I got to go back to the equation here. We're saying that in April, okay, we're using the number t, the line that's 4 months from our initial starting point in December of 2010. So if April is month 4, May is month 5, June is month 6, so July would be month 7. So we want to predict the number of condos sold. And for this, what I would do is use the equation. To do this, we're going to say let x equals 7 months later. So what I would say, okay, we're going to replace x with 7. And then we're going to multiply this. Now 3 halves, that's going to be times 7. That'll be 21 halves. Plus 17. Find a common denominator. To find a common denominator, we can multiply 17 by put it down here. Multiply by the fraction 2 over 2. What we need to do is find a common denominator. By doing that, you will get 34 over 2. And if I combine these two here, 21 plus 34, that would be it's going to be 55. Or 55 divided by 2. Use my mental math here. So if I were to divide those two, sorry, I'm a little tired. It's 27.5. And depending on your rounding, if you wanted to logically, I think in this case we can round to a whole number, so we could say the answer would be the number of condos sold in Milwaukee of July 2011 is 28. We'll say approximately. Okay. Okay. So that concludes the example here. I hope that was helpful. The other thing you could do